This is the afternoon weather briefing. This is for Friday, the 31st of March. I'm James Spann. A major severe weather event unfolding in areas northwest of Alabama as we speak, and we have the chance of severe storms in our state late tonight into the pre-dawn hours tomorrow. But the good news, the bulk of the weekend looks fine, but obviously the next 12 to 18 hours is going to be a very rough ride for a lot of folks across the country. So let's get right into it. This is the upper air look. This afternoon, there's a large-scale upper high that's over the Gulf of Mexico and a deep negative tilt trough out across the Great Plains states. And the trough will be providing the dynamic support for severe thunderstorms. In fact, we'll go right to the radar coming out of Little Rock, Arkansas. And a very significant tornado apparently has come through the northern part of Little Rock. In fact, let me go to just the reflectivity and kind of do a animation here, a loop, and you'll be able to see the track of this. This came through the western and northern part of Little Rock. And again, we have a co-owned station in Little Rock, KATV Channel 7. We've been watching the coverage there, and they had a very significant tornado on one of their cameras, rain-wrapped, and there has been damage, and now that tornado is moving northeast of Little Rock, rapidly up around Jacksonville, Arkansas. And tornado emergency was declared here with potential for catastrophic damage based on the reports and all of the cameras. So again, that's happening in Arkansas right now. Here's a look at the larger view across the southeastern states, and really that's about it. That severe storm that's passing northeast of Little Rock. Things are relatively quiet across Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama. Got a few scattered sprinkles, but nothing major going on at this point. Temperatures are mostly in the 70s across Alabama, Dothan managing 80. So we have a wind advisory for tonight. Now, for the rest of this afternoon and tonight for about the northern half of the state, the county's in brown on that map. Now, this is for non-thunderstorm winds, gradient winds. And those winds could gust up to 40 miles an hour tonight. So away from storms, it will be windy. And the counties you see there in yellow over Arkansas and some of the adjacent states, that is a tornado watch. And there's the bigger picture. We have wind advisories really for much of the eastern half of the country. Blizzard warnings for parts of South Dakota and Minnesota back in the cold air sector of this storm. So on the late morning update, SPC, NOAA's Storm Prediction Center, they've upgraded a couple of spots to a relatively rare high risk, level 5 out of 5 of severe storms. One for parts of Iowa and Illinois, and the other for parts of the Mid-South. The level 5 out of 5 high risk includes Memphis, parts of North Mississippi, including Oxford, and parts of eastern Arkansas. That's the area there in purple. The red around that's a level 4 out of 5 risk, and that now clips the northwestern corner of Alabama around the shoals. We have a level 3 out of 5 risk over to near Scottsboro, Cullman, and Reform. Then a level 2 out of 5 risk down to Interstate 5920. That would include Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, Gadsden. A level 1 almost down to Prattville. And this is the probabilistic outlook for tornadoes tonight. And first off, that hatched area you see there, that means there could be a strong tornado. And by definition, that's EF2 or higher. And that hatched area includes about the western half of the Tennessee Valley down into northwest Alabama, down toward Jasper and Fayette and Vernon. And again, that's going to be your main core threat of tornadoes tonight. Areas north and west of Birmingham. So just be aware of that. And on top of that, damaging thunderstorm winds a pretty good possibility. Again, you can see the chance of damaging severe wind within 25 miles of a given point running in the 30 to 44% bracket over parts of northwest Alabama, again, for areas north and west of Birmingham. And that's going to be the main concern tonight. But there could be severe storms as far south as Interstate 20. Most likely the threat more evolves into a strong wind event and maybe some hail late tonight after midnight. And then after 7 a.m. tomorrow, we have a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk for the southeastern part of the state. Auburn, Opelika, down to Eufaula, Troy, Geneva, Enterprise, and Dothan. And that would be again after 7 a.m. tomorrow. Here's the wider view across the nation tomorrow. Got a risk of severe storms all the way from near Jacksonville and Brunswick up into parts of New England. On day 3, which is Sunday, no severe storms expected across the country, but day 5, the next system will likely bring severe storms as a possibility to parts of the central U.S., including Missouri, Arkansas, some of the adjacent states. That kind of clips the northwestern corner of Alabama. Again, this is for Tuesday and Tuesday night. Remains to be seen if we have a severe weather problem here the next day, which is Wednesday. We have new model data. We'll take a look at that as we go. Here's a look at the rain for the next 7 days. The heavier totals west of Alabama, maybe some 5-inch amounts around the Mississippi Delta. In Alabama, 3 inches for the shoals, about 1 to 1.5 inches for the central counties of the state, 1/2 to 1 inch down in extreme South Alabama. So model fans, here we go, this is the high-resolution HRRR. We'll start with that, the HRRR. And this is valid tonight just after midnight, 1 a.m., and you can see that organized batch of rain and storms pushing into north and northwest Alabama. And most likely it will be linear. We'll be watching carefully if any discrete cells can form in advance of that line. But certainly that line will be packing a punch. This is the instability. The numbers have come up a little bit. Instability values are higher. In fact, this is suggesting some spots might see and achieve surface-based CAPE values of 1,000 joules per kilogram or higher, which is certainly sufficient for severe storms. This is the SRH, the storm relative helicity, the way the wind veers with altitude in relation to storm motion. That's very sufficient to set some of the updrafts in motion. This is the STP. This is a composite index, the significant tornado parameter. These values are elevated through parts of the Tennessee Valley down into West Alabama. So in terms of the timing, for those that are in the enhanced and moderate risk, that's level 3 and 4, areas north and west of Birmingham, the main concern, 10 o'clock tonight until 3 a.m. after midnight. And again, that's where your better tornado possibilities will be. And then for Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden, that central part there, the window between 2 and 7 a.m. after midnight. So like we've talked about for days, this will be another middle-of-the-night event. And obviously, you've got to have a way of getting warnings. And if you live in a mobile home, you've got to have a plan on where you're going to go, have transportation, all the things we talk about here. But just be aware it's going to be another active night tonight, and be sure that you can hear those warnings. Very, very important. And then by tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, you can see a weakening band of showers pushing down below Birmingham. So the showers will be ending early in the day. Let's now go to the GFS now. This is valid at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. You can see that trough passing well to the north, and showers pushing into South Alabama. And I think for North Alabama, a decent chunk of the day will be sunny. Should be a beautiful day with highs around 80, and showers probably ending down in South Alabama by early afternoon. And we don't expect any severe weather in southwest Alabama. If you're in Mobile, there could be some strong storms tomorrow morning in the southeastern counties of the state, but tornado activity not expected there. So Sunday, beautiful day. Sunny, we start the day in the low 40s. The high will be in the 70s. Perfect spring day. And then Monday, moisture comes back. We'll be in the 60s. A few showers are likely, some rain at times, no risk of any severe weather. And then Tuesday, that next major system starts to evolve. A deep surface low that's in Nebraska. North and west of that, big-time snows. South and east of that, a chance of severe storms. This could be another significant severe weather threat Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday night of next week. And then Wednesday, that main surface low is moving over the Great Lakes with a trailing band of showers and storms slowly pushing in here. Hopefully, with the main dynamics staying so far north, that will mitigate the chance of any big severe weather problem here Wednesday. But, hey, this first week of April, climatologically speaking, it's pretty busy, so we'll keep an eye on that. Once we get past tonight's system, we can focus on that. And that front's going to hang up. This is Thursday. The front stalls out near the Tennessee state line, so we'll maintain a chance of showers and storms on Thursday. And this is a week from today, Friday the 7th. The flow is zonal, and the front is still not moving. And again, we'll have a chance of rain. So there's going to be a chance of showers and thunderstorms basically every day next week. And if we do have a severe weather threat, that would most likely be Wednesday. And for now, it looks a little iffy, but we'll certainly keep an eye on that. Let's go out 10 days. This is Monday the 10th. Trough coming into West Texas, big trough over eastern Canada. And once again, that looks showery with a surface boundary just north of the state. Here's a look at rain for Birmingham coming off the GFS ensemble between now and mid-April. The mean between 3 and 4 inches. Temperatures coming off the national blend of models. You can see mid-80s potentially by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And after that, highs mostly in the 70s. And right hot off the presses, got the brand new CPC outlook. This is for April 8th through the 14th. And all of a sudden, we're seeing blue on that map, which means temperatures could be below average. And again, goes in line with the old saying you hear me say every year: if you want to plant something that might be harmed by a freeze, wait until April 15th. And you know what we got to do here? We got to roll some Pepsi Kid Cam video. Wow, big crowds today. Taylorville Primary School in Tuscaloosa County. Ooh, and look at that cookie. Goodness, we might need that tonight. We'll be burning that midnight oil. But the kids were just great today. So kindergarten, first, second grade, a couple of big groups, and you guys were looking good. They were very attentive and respectful, and they were just great. So again, to all the teachers and the students at Taylorville Primary School in Tuscaloosa, you guys were great today. So one more time here, let's take a look at the radar situation. Again, this is coming out of Little Rock, and that thing is really racing here. This is the storm that prompted the tornado warning. And again, you can see pretty good evidence that there still could be a tornado down east of Jacksonville, Arkansas. And again, a good source for this, for those that are wanting to kind of watch the coverage, would be our sister station in Little Rock, which is KATV Channel 7. Our company has stations all over the country, and they, of course, are very helpful having a big station group like this in a situation like this. And we should mention there's another pretty nasty storm coming up on Little Rock. These are training. Right now, that's a severe thunderstorm warning for Pulaski County, including Little Rock, for the second storm coming up there from the southwest. But obviously very active. And again, that's in Arkansas. And again, this is what will probably be going on in parts of West Tennessee and North Mississippi later this evening and tonight. And ultimately, all of that will be moving into the great state of Alabama late tonight. The window opens up about 10 o'clock. And for those that are just watching us, again, show the window here. You can see the window for areas north and west of Birmingham, and that's where the greatest chance of a tornado will be tonight. North and west of Birmingham, where you see the level 3 and level 4 risk, 10 p.m. until 3 a.m., and that'll be kind of the focus on this tonight. And then Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden, the threats more than likely evolving into more of a wind issue between 2 and 7 a.m., but there could be an isolated tornado. So again, you know the deal. We'll be burning the midnight oil in the weather office tonight. If anything is happening, we'll be on the air. And for those that are wanting to watch our coverage when we go wall to wall, probably the easiest way to do that, it's the ABC 3340 YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube. I mean, this is the James Spann channel. But go to ABC 3340 and subscribe. And again, we stream it live there, and of course on their Facebook page and their web page and everything else. But starting to see some of the damage images coming in from KATV, and they've taken a pretty big hit in North Little Rock. So obviously a big story there, and it's going to be a really rough ride, especially for our friends in that high-risk area, the two high-risk areas, one southern one around Memphis and East Arkansas, the other one through parts of Iowa and Illinois. So that is it for the afternoon briefing. We'll have notes over on the blog. That is alabamawx.com. And, of course, we do invite you to watch us on television this evening across the hall in Studio A, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and God bless.